welcome to my channel, and today I'll be doing a video giving you guys some crucial information. I think information that is beneficial to you guys. This should have been a live video, but I chose to record, instead of going live. So today I've decided to just enlighten your darkness as it relates to income tax, because I know a lot of us are ignorant to the income tax law of Jamaica. Well, not on Jamaica, other persons within their country. A lot of us don't really know about the laws, right? So, a lot of persons did not know that they can, in fact, get an income tax refund and education tax refund. Guys, this is not for persons who have not been paying the education or income tax from their salary or any form of income. Yes, you can only get a refund if you had initially paid something. So let me get right into it. So for number one, you can get a refund if your income was below the threshold for a particular year and income tax was deducted from your income. So for example, for 2020, 2019, 2018 as well, the income tax threshold, it was the same. It has not been changed. Yes, income tax threshold is $1,596, right? And if your income for 2018, 19, 20 was below the threshold, which is $1,596,000, then, and income tax was deducted from that amount, then you are entitled for a refund in the full amount of tax that was deducted from your income. So for instance, your salary for 2020 was only $1 million, right? But income tax was deducted in the amount of $100,000. Then you're entitled to get back that $100,000, right? So number two, and guys, it's not only for persons who are employed. It's for also persons who are self-employed, who have filed the returns for the years and make payments, because for self-employed persons, they have to make quarterly payments, and it is known as estimated taxes. So they have to pay March, June, September, and December. So if they have made estimated taxes payments, and after the end of the year their income was below the threshold, then they too can apply for a refund. If you are a pensioner, so if you're in receipt of pension, then normally they usually take tax the pension straight, except for like NIS pension. But again, if it is below the threshold, then you're entitled to the tax that was deducted. If you're above the threshold, then you are not entitled, unless it is an overpayment of tax. So you're supposed to pay $100,000, but you end up paying $125,000. Then you're entitled to get back the difference in a refund. So, and guys, if you are 65 and over, you're entitled to an age exemption, which is $80,000. A lot of organizations, once you reach 65, they don't take the age exemption into consideration. So at the end of the year, you will still have to apply for a refund to get the tax on that $80,000, which would have been 25% of that amount, right? If you're over the age 65 and you're in receipt of a pension, then you're entitled to both the age exemption and the pension exemption. 80,000 and 80,000, each of them is 80,000, so a total of $160,000. Yes, so, and then again, that is not taken into consideration if you're employed. So if you're employed and you're over the age of 65 and you're getting a pension, then you will have to apply for a refund at the end of the year, which again is 25% of $160,000. That is if your income does not exceed 6 million. So let me rewind a bit, right? If your income exceeds 6 million, your tax tax within the two brackets of 25% and 30%. Yes. So you have like sales agents, a lot of sales agents, they're familiar with the process because they're entitled to file on a yearly basis, and they're allowed expenses, and because they are allowed expenses at the end of the year, they 90% of the time they're always entitled to a refund, because it is a tax. The amount that they usually get is a tax on the amount of expense that is allowed to them. So if they claim $1 million in expenses, and we decided that from that 1 million we're only going to give them $800,000, then the refund to them would have been the 800,000 times 25%, right? That's if their income is below the 6 million. If it's above the 6 million, it would be affected by the 25 and the 30%. So they will get a little bit more. But also, if for a particular year, say you started working June, right? At the end of the year, usually when you leave, when you left one job and go to a next job, they usually ask you for a P45. If none was provided to them, they usually tax the pay straight, right? So the P45 is a leaving certificate. So if you're at company A and you're leaving to go company B, then you're required to get a P45, which is a leaving certificate, from company A to take to company B. If company B does not did not get such certificate to state that you're no longer employed or whatever, then company B is going to tax their income straight at 25%. So the income tax already paid from January to June would not have been taken into consideration when you're added to the new payroll system. So in a situation like that, then it might result in you being overtaxed for that year. And that is the reason why companies always ask you for a P45 whenever they hire you. Once you are employed within the year, they usually ask you for a P45, right? So if you're a contract worker, so if you're a contract worker, normally contract workers, they don't get the threshold. They don't give them a threshold. They tax them straight at 25 or 25 and 30%, depending on where the income fall, if it's below 6 million or over 6 million, right? So usually for contractors, no statutory deductions is taken from their income and they're taxed straight. So if they're taxed straight, then you will have to file a return to claim for the tax that was deducted, well, the excess tax that was deducted. Because if you're a contract worker, say your income was $2 million, and from that 2 million, 500,000 was taken from your salary, right? You're not entitled to pay $500,000 because you're supposed to get the threshold of $1,596,000. So the amount that you should be paying in tax would have been roughly about, with my calculator, let me see. So it's 2 million minus the threshold. Yes, so you would have entitled to pay only $124,000, $976 in income tax, but they took 500,000. So the difference between the $500,000 and the $124,000, $976 is you're entitled to that amount in a refund. But I'm gonna do a video, like I said before. I'm gonna do part 2 to this video. So for everything that you don't understand, or if you have any queries, just drop a question below the video. I will respond to all the questions in part 2 video, and I'm going to tell you guys how to check for yourself if it is that you are entitled to a refund. We also have what you call education tax refund. Not a lot of persons is usually entitled to education tax refund. It's not as common as the income tax refund, right? And guys, for income tax refund as well, you can be working and income tax was deducted from your income, but too much was deducted because a lot of firms are not properly calculating the taxes that is supposed to be deducted from your income. So like I'm an income, me love money, you know, so me I was to check my pay to make sure say them take out the right amount of tax, because if I take out $1 extra, me have to get it back. Yes. So there are a lot of ways, there are a lot of different ways. And for the education tax refund, most persons over the age of 65, because if you're 65 and over, you're not supposed to be paying any education tax at all. So if it is that education tax was deducted from your income, you're entitled to get back every penny once you're over the age 65. Okay, so well, 65 and over. And as well, it can be as a result of overpayment of education tax, and it can be what else? Like I said, education tax refund is not as common. Sales agents benefit from education tax refund because the expense that they are allowed on their income, it reduces the statutory income, which means the amount of education tax that they're entitled to pay also reduces. But initially, their place of employment would have deducted X amount. So usually they're entitled to a refund as well, education tax refund. So guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them below this video and I'll respond to them, as well as do a part 2 of this video just to tell you guys how to check. So next time I come, you're gonna get your calculator out, your pen and your paper to jot down the steps. All right? Yes guys, so let me rewind a bit again. Oh, by the way, before I even rewind, right, if it is that so I'm still talking about income tax refund. If it is that you were made redundant, then you might be able to claim for a refund, because sometimes the redundancy calculation was not properly done, which means you paid too much tax. Well, it can be a situation where you did not pay enough tax. But like I said, I'm going to share a video with you just to tell you how to do your checks yourself. And yes, if you went on a approved study leave, you are also entitled to a refund, because once you're on approved study leave, you're not supposed to be paying any income tax at all. Yes. And I mentioned earlier about the threshold being $1,596,000 for 2018-19 and 2020. However, for 17 it was $1,375,140, and for 2016 it was $796,536. So each year is some of the years they share the same threshold, while but it changes from time to time. So yes, so I'm just saying this to say that I know a lot of us, income tax is just not our thing, and we tend not to understand it. Even when someone explains to you, you need somebody to go step by step in detail. So guys, if you watch this video and this video was beneficial to you, and if you like the video, I'm just gonna ask you kindly to just like the video, comment, subscribe and share, and don't forget to turn those notifications on, guys. And also, if it is that you, like I mentioned earlier, just leave your queries or your comments in my below the video, and I'll get back to you guys on Wednesday with a part 2 of this video. So I'm gonna tell you guys again how to calculate or how to check if it is that you're entitled to a refund. Because yes, like I said, there are many ways, there are many different ways that you might be entitled to a threshold. And even if your income is over 6, 7, 8 million, you still can be entitled to a threshold. How? A lot of persons don't understand the 25% and 30% tax bracket, and so sometimes they incorrectly tax your income and you're entitled to your refund. Have I ever received a refund? Yes, I've received income tax refund for 2 years, and I won't go any further into that. But and if it is that you need any information, then you can contact TJ. Yes, you can contact TJ. They'll give you all the details that you want, free of cost, no charge. And if you have any query, like I said, just feel free to chill and chat with me. All right, have a great day, you guys.